I think it's helpful to conceptualize AI not as a single thing or specific set of tools or capabilities, but as a very broad spectrum of capability, in the same way that human intelligence is a broad spectrum of capability. Welcome back to Hawkwind Data, where I draw upon decades of experience as a builder and a leader in data and AI to give you pragmatic, minimalist recommendations for how to use data and AI to grow your business and improve your business operation. Today, we're going to try to figure out what AI is, because even though it's all that most people talk about, it's very confusing. It's unclear what we're talking about when we talk about AI. There's no single definition that we're aligned upon. It's so broad. So let's step back and examine the terrain. One thing we all know is that AI is based on data. It needs data. So let's start with data. When we invest in data, we are trying to get smarter. That's the reason why companies spend billions of dollars on data, billions and billions of dollars on data. We're trying to improve our decisioning capabilities. There's only two vehicles for decisions: humans and machines. When humans make decisions, they rely upon analytical outputs, visual outputs, and these outputs help them form better decisions. So decision support, analytics is a field of decision support, and the outputs are visual because humans are visual beings. These are dashboards, presentations, visualizations of various forms. The other branch of decisions are machine decisions, and these are decisions that are made on behalf of humans without human intervention and intermediation. So when you go to YouTube, there's not actually a human on the other side of your screen determining which videos you're going to be served. That's something the machine does, and there's no human involved. Autonomous driving, also an area of machine decisions. The machine is deciding where to turn and where to stop, and the human's not really doing that. That's why it's autonomous. So where does AI fit into these human versus machine decisions? The answer is it can be in both or either. For analytical decision making, again, decisions made by humans with analytical inputs, a good example is clustering analysis, a very common type of analysis driven by machine learning algorithm to separate data into different groups. This is a very common output for analytical decision making. Now, these days, a lot of people are actually using AI interfaces and chats to develop information and analytical outputs and do analysis. This is also AI in the decision-making process, in the analytical decision-making process. So what about machine decisions? Are these all just AI decisions? Well, no, there are plenty of cases where a machine is making a decision on behalf of a human, but it's doing so with rules or conditional logic. For example, when I land on an e-commerce site, there could very well be simple rules governing what I see. If the user is based in New Jersey and looks at this product and this product, then serve this other product. So that's a great example of rules-based. It's not really AI because a human being described those rules very carefully. An AI model, or machine learning model in this case, would be more a situation where there are scores of user and product attributes, and the model is making a calculation as to which products I should see, but I as a human don't know exactly why or don't know exactly which products are going to be recommended. So there's some black box in which the machine makes a decision and makes that decision on my behalf, and without any human having to say, when this, do this. I think it's helpful to conceptualize AI not as a single thing or specific set of tools or capabilities, but as a very broad spectrum of capability, in the same way that human intelligence is a broad spectrum of capability. At the lower end of that spectrum, let's take, for example, clustering analysis. This is an example of unsupervised learning. I could have a database of 20 million customers and some information and attributes about those customers, and tell an unsupervised learning algorithm to categorize these 20 million customers into groups based on the information we have about them. Now, I don't need to be involved in any of these categorization decisions. The AI model is doing it for me. As we get more and more complicated, we get to autonomous driving, where the same independent decision-making is happening, but it's far more sophisticated than just categorizing users based on 30 different attributes, let's say. We hear a lot these days also about agents and agentic AI. I think of AI agents as the process by which humans are removed from a lot of the processes and operations we own today as human decisions. So it's the transformation of a lot of these human decision spaces into machine decision spaces. Let's say, for example, I'm a marketer, and every day I look at a set of reports to see how my campaigns are doing. And when I see certain campaigns are having issues, I go into Meta or Google or wherever and fix them. Well, maybe at some point soon, I won't have to do that. I'll get to sit back and relax, and the AI agent will do that on my behalf. It'll make the necessary changes that I once made. It'll do it for me. It'll have taken a human decision space and made it a machine decision space.